Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, October 5th, 2023. October 5th happens to be Swami Ramalingam's birthday, and I will be doing a fire lab, a community fire lab, in honor of that tonight, North America time, on the Pillai Center Practice channel. You're all welcome to come to that. It will start at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Right now, on this channel, at this moment, we are about to do a planetary puja, an in-depth planetary puja, using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to host this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. In doing the puja, we are inviting blessings from some of these divine light beings to come into our lives and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table here. Also, to do the puja, I have a container of water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with the water and sprinkle a few drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to purify the space for the puja. I sprinkle a few drops of water on top of my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space, symbolically towards all of you, so that whether someone is watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is purified going into the puja. We start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. I ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove obstacles in the lives of the participants in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us now and always, and I thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamundra for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we start with honoring the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter on the Blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in a star called Mrgashira, but in a few minutes, literally a few minutes, it's going to move into Ardra in my local area. So I'm going to honor both of those stars right now. Let's start with Mrgashira, a star that helps us to have curiosity, to try new things. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. And in about 4 minutes, it's going to move, the moon will move into Ardra star, a star symbolized as a teardrop of compassion. I honor this star right now too. Om Ardraye Namaha. Om Ardraye Namaha. Om Ardraye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. Right now in my area, it's the 7th waning moon, called Saptami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Saptami Devye Namaha. Om Saptami Devye Namaha. Om Saptami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, this is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Varian, which has energies of luxurious comfort. Varian, Varian, Varian. And the karana that's active right now is one called Bhava, which has energies of creativity. Bhava, Bhava, Bhava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start by looking at the sign that is the ascendant, represented here with the letters AC. Right now, this is the sign coming up in my local area on the eastern horizon. This is Kanya, or Virgo. Dr. Pillai said we start with the planet ruling the ascendant sign. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, stopping in each sign that has 1 or more planets in it. Today in Virgo is Mercury and the Sun. Mercury rules this sign. He's also exalted in this sign. Again, I put flower petals on him now for being in Virgo. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Uttara Phalguni, a star that gives blessings for relationship and also for helping us to keep our word. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by Aryaman, archetype who rules contracts, honor, integrity. Honor is when there is a line we just won't cross. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Virgo. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Hasta, a star that can give blessings for productivity and industriousness. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by Savitur, a form of the sun that helps us to use divine words of mantras to create positive change. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most analytical and detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Mercury, planet of communication and business, and a planet that can help with our sense of humor, and the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu and also Mars. Both of them are in the same star, so we honor both of them before we invoke the star. Ketu is moving retrograde, Mars is moving direct. He has crossed over Ketu, so we'll honor Ketu first as he's at the lower degree. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Next, we honor Mars for being in Libra. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Ketu and Mars are both in a star called Chitra, a star that gives blessings for creativity and craftsmanship. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Tvashtar, an archetype who is a divine master craftsman. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that can give blessings for balance, fairness, harmony. Today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet, and Mars, planet of courage and willpower. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. They achieve victory through working together with teamwork. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttarashada's star, which is the sun. I put flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, a planet that can help with discoveries and groundbreaking inventions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satyabhisha, a star that can give blessings for healing and for interest in esoteric subjects. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Satyabhisha's star is ruled by Varuna, archetype associated with the rain and the oceans. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabhisha's star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, compassion, structure, and perseverance. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune, who is also retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can give blessings to help us towards enlightenment, charity, purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is also Jupiter. I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help with intuition and also help us with understanding our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Jupiter, who is retrograde, extra powerful, and Uranus, who is also retrograde and extra powerful. All three of them are in different stars, so we honor each of them separately. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu is in a star called Ashwini, a star that gives blessings for speed and for healing. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Ashwini's star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumars, horse-headed twins who have tremendous healing abilities. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Ashwini's star is ruled by Ketu. I put flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor Jupiter for being in Aries. He is retrograde, extra powerful. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Bharani, a star that has feminine Shakti or energy. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Barnihe Namaha. Om Barnihe Namaha. Om Barnihe Namaha. Barney's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamahe Namaha. Om Yamahe Namaha. Om Yamahe Namaha. Barney's star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, who is retrograde, extra powerful. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Uranus is in a star called Kritika, a star that gives blessings for truth. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika's star is ruled by Agni, archetype associated with the fire element. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Kritika's star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a zodiac sign that is a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box, and Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and also can help with expanding wealth, and also can help with banking or legal matters. And Uranus, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can give creative abilities and higher intelligence and help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Mithuna, or Gemini, which today contains the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We started the puja, the moon was in Mrgashira star. It is now moved into Ardra in my local area. Ardra is a star symbolized as a teardrop of compassion. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ardraye Namaha. Om Ardraye Namaha. Om Ardraye Namaha. Ardra's star is ruled by Rudra, a form of Shiva that destroys negativities. Om Rudraye Namaha. Om Rudraye Namaha. Om Rudraye Namaha. Ardra's star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Gemini, which is Mercury. I put flower petals on him. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Matuna or Gemini, a sign with a great range of energies, a sign that can give blessings for many different talents. Today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign, and the last one in our tour around the chart this morning, that has a planet in it is Simha or Leo, which today contains Venus. We honor Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Magha, a star symbolized as a palanquin, a star that gives blessings for royalty consciousness and high self-esteem. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Magha star is ruled by the Pitris, the ancestors who have moved on into higher planes of light and are able to send us their blessings. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Magha star is ruled by Ketu. I put flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Leo, which is the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha or Leo, a zodiac sign that can give blessings for leadership and power. Today containing Venus, planet of love and beauty and joy, planet that can give blessings for diplomacy, material plane comforts, and the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the right hand and I circle it in the air above the blackboard chart, offering the element of light to all these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance. And I circle this around the chart in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I take a raisin, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle this around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. And later in the day, I will eat that raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings we've just invoked, asking all of them to send their positive blessings into each one of us and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live. Excuse me, just a moment. a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Pedro is asking in the chat, is there the mantra Babaji Va Va? I haven't heard that one. However, Va Va is a word meaning come, come. And so you could certainly express that, that thought, you know, Babaji, come, come, if you're wanting to focus on Babaji, offer him light. He has said recently that his new Mula mantra is Shiva Me Vibhuti. And so that's the mantra that I've been using when I show light to his statue, is Shiva Me Vibhuti. As he has said, that is his new Mula mantra, or his new root mantra right now. But if you want to use Babaji Va Va, Pedro, that's certainly a beautiful thought as well. So no problems with that. If you want to, you could use the name of any divine being, you know, and their name, and then Va Va if you wanted to. That would be, you know, a totally appropriate expression of your, you know, your focus on them if you want to do that. Today being October 5th, it's Swami Ramalingam's birthday. He is the previous incarnation of Dr. Pillai. He turned his body into light in the late 1800s. He taught for 2 years while he was still in a light body, and then he finally left the planet in his light body. Basically disappointed that he hadn't really been able to give light body teachings to people. So when he came back this time, he wanted to give people teachings to help them manifest what they need in their lives, so then they could have those things and then perhaps be more receptive to the light body teachings. I will be doing a fire lab tonight, an open community fire lab on the Pillai Center Practice YouTube channel. It's a different channel than the one we're on at the moment. It will start at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's open to everyone. Everyone's welcome. And I have had the opportunity of living in India a few times, working on projects for AstroVed. And there's a temple in the Chennai area that has a form of Dakshinamurti, or form of Jupiter as a teacher. And it's a small temple. And it's said that when he was still younger, when he was still living in Chennai, later in life, Swami Ramalingam moved to Vallalur. So when he was still living in Chennai, he would walk to that temple and sit there and meditate. And when I would go to that temple, I always had a driver in a car take me, because it's a really long way to that temple. And I was like, wow, he would walk there every day. It's a long, long walk. But this is an unusual temple in that when you go there at the end, they ask you to just sit and meditate for a while. It's the only temple I've been in where they ask you to do that. So after you've done, whatever puja or archana that you've requested the priest to do, you then sit on the floor and you meditate for a bit. And I really loved doing that in that temple, reflecting on how he had come to that temple and sat there so many times on that floor to meditate. Okay, not seeing any other questions in the chat. The mantra that Dr. Pillai said Swami Ramalingam has given us is the Arut Parun Jyoti mantra. You can probably find that on SoundCloud on the Pillai Center channel if you want to play that during the day or the evening right now, just to celebrate Swami Ramalingam. All right. Namaste. Thank you to everyone who clicks on the like button, who subscribes to the channel, as it does help the channel to grow. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.